Hi everyone, Scott Hansen with you, and this is the EA Sports Weekly Recap.
Welcome to the Browns Recap, where Cleveland keeps making history with an undefeated regular season. The Browns dominated the Cowboys 31-17 to stay perfect at 17-0, powering toward the playoffs with a defense that's simply unmatched. Tonight's Cleveland studio timeout is brought to you by the Game magazine. Week 18. Cle is inside number 1 in the power picture, with the award race getting louder, and every page feels like the locker room bulletin board. Shedeur Sanders led the charge with 234 yards passing and 2 touchdowns, while Quinshon Judkins added a key rushing touchdown to help the Browns pull away. The receiving corps shined too, with J.P. Weston hauling in 9 catches for 87 yards and a touchdown, and Jalen Coker adding 7 catches and a touchdown of his own. On defense, Mike Cooper was a game wrecker, scoring a touchdown off a turnover that swung momentum firmly in Cleveland's favor. Despite Travis Hunter cooling off this week, the Browns' balanced attack and suffocating defense kept Dallas at bay all game.
I'm Jenny Alvarez and this is your Week 18 Browns live MVP race. At number 5, Travis Tiller of the Chiefs is holding steady with 4,362 yards and 34 touchdowns. At 4, Colin Holiday of the Seahawks is new to the board with 4,167 yards and 38 touchdowns. At 3, Caleb Downs of the Cowboys jumps up 1 spot with 4,302 yards and 36 touchdowns. At 2, Jackson Dart of the Giants holds with 5,345 yards and 41 touchdowns. And number 1, Shedeur Sanders of the Browns is holding steady, now 9 straight weeks on top with 5,083 yards, 47 touchdowns, 11 picks, 299.0 a game. That's your MVP rundown. Jenny Alvarez, signing off. Cleveland wins 31-17, but this game was more about the Cowboys imploding than the Browns actually controlling the flow snap to snap.
No, this was Cleveland dictating everything again, with the defense and Mike Cooper literally putting points on the board and choking out Dallas when it mattered.
If you really controlled it, Angela, Travis Hunter wouldn't finish with just 1 catch for 8 yards in a supposedly statement home game.
You're nitpicking one quiet box score, Jenny, when the Browns just stacked another physical, tone-setting win that looked every bit as decisive as the last 4 weeks. What a game, coach. The Browns took down the Cowboys 31-17. How about that performance?
Absolutely, Angela. The defense was on fire, especially Mike Cooper. He was a beast out there.
Right? But it wasn't all sunshine. Travis Hunter really struggled. What's going on with him?
He needs to step it up. We can't afford cold players in a hot league. Speaking of changes, the Browns just extended Reg Michael Tucker. Smart move.
Injury news for the Browns shows Logan Bryan sidelined for 1 week and Darnell Henry out for 2, but the team's depth remains strong. On the roster front, the Browns extended key players like Michael Tucker, Tyler Hernandez, and JT Tuimoloau, while adding safety Hunter Wohler. Sebastian O'Neill also returns off the injury report, adding to the team's depth as the postseason approaches. Coming up on the Ian Rapoport Report, contract smoke, injury timelines, the next opponent pressure points. Keep the alerts on, because the quiet note is usually the loudest one by kickoff. Cleveland stands alone atop the AFC North undefeated at 17-0, clearly the dominant force in the division and the league. With Baltimore and Pittsburgh both at 8-9, and Cincinnati struggling at 3-14, the Browns have already clinched the division and hold the top seed heading into the playoffs. Their number 1 ranking in total defense and offense solidifies their status as the team to beat. The Cleveland Browns sit atop the AFC with a perfect 17-0 record, clinching their division and playoff spot. However, the pressure is on as they aim to secure home field advantage heading into the postseason, with the Las Vegas Raiders in close pursuit. The stakes are high, and every snap counts as the playoffs approach. Remember, Cleveland is now on the road to the divisional round, where every moment carries elimination pressure. Highlight reels tonight include Mike Cooper's defensive touchdown, a critical takeaway that energized the Browns. Shedeur Sanders' precision passing with over 70% completion and 2 touchdowns kept the offense clicking. And don't forget the clutch receptions from Weston and Coker, combining for 2 touchdowns and nearly 160 yards receiving to keep the chains moving. Next week, the Browns kick off the divisional playoffs aiming to keep their perfect streak alive in a must-win postseason clash. Watch for the impact of recent injuries and the return of Sebastian O'Neal to bolster the defense. Meanwhile, Travis Hunter will be looking to bounce back after cooling off this week to provide a spark in the receiving game. Get ready for a huge divisional playoff showdown where the Browns chase perfection, manage key injury returns, and count on Travis Hunter's rebound to keep the momentum rolling. Keep an eye on the roster note too. Toby Dever was released. See you next week for Do or Die Showdown with Browns.